The alarm goes off in the morning. You open your eyes, find your phone in your hand, and start watching a motivational video on YouTube. On the screen is a muscle-bound guy, probably with the Interstellar theme song playing in the background, yelling, "Chase your dreams! Never give up! You can do it!" You get fired up, tears welling up in your eyes, and you say, "Yes, today is the day." You jump out of bed, take a shower, eat breakfast, put on your workout clothes. The first day goes great. The second day is a bit tough, but you manage. The third day, the alarm goes off and you say, 5 more minutes. The fourth day, you don't get up at all. On the fifth day, you watch another motivational video on YouTube because you think, this time will be different. Yes, this time I'll be Andrew Tate, dude. Does the cycle sound familiar? Because millions of people fall into the same trap. You watch motivational videos, a fire ignites within you, you take action. But a week later, it's all over. You're back to square one. Why? Because motivation deceives you. It gives you an instant feeling, a dopamine rush, making you think, I'm strong, I'm successful. But in reality, nothing changes. And what you really need isn't motivation, it's discipline. Why doesn't motivation work? Motivation is temporary. This is a very simple truth, but most people don't understand it. B.J. Fogg from Stanford University and behavioral psychologist James Clear explain it very clearly. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions fluctuate. Today you feel motivated, tomorrow you don't. Today you say, I can do anything. Tomorrow, even getting out of bed is hard. Because motivation depends on external factors. You watch a video, hear a quote, someone compliments you, and in that moment you feel powerful. But when that feeling passes, what's left? Nothing. Research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that 92% of people abandon their New Year's resolutions. Why? Because they start out motivated but lack discipline. Gyms are packed in January, everyone's saying, this year I'll change. By February, the gyms empty out, because the motivation is gone. People realize that working out is hard, it hurts, it requires patience. Watching a motivational video is easy, but doing the work every day is hard. That's where discipline comes in. If you are here for the first time, I am Daryl. Here I read reliable foreign sources and explain what I learned to you in simple language. What is discipline and why is it so much stronger? Discipline is doing what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. It is taking action without needing motivation, without waiting for that feeling. Discipline is saying, I don't feel like it today, but I'm going to do it anyway. From a neuroscience perspective, discipline develops in the prefrontal cortex, which is the center of your brain for decision-making, self-control, and long-term planning. The more disciplined you are, the stronger that area becomes. Motivation resides in the limbic system, the center of emotional and immediate responses. So motivation is like a child. I want it now. I want it immediately. Discipline, on the other hand, is like an adult. This will benefit me, so I will do it. Navy SEAL Commander Jocko Willink is one of the toughest names in the world when it comes to discipline, and he says, motivation is temporary, discipline is permanent. You work not because you feel good, but because you need to reach your goal. Jocko gets up at 4:30 every morning. Why? Because he is disciplined, not because he is motivated. Some mornings he wakes up tired, some mornings he doesn't want to get up at all, but he gets up anyway, because discipline does not need motivation. Why are motivational videos a trap? Now you must understand this. Motivational videos are not bad, but they are dangerous. Why? Because they create an illusion for you. You watch a video and for 10 minutes you feel like a superhero, and your brain perceives this as actual success. Dopamine is released. This chemical reward system sends a message to your brain. Congratulations, you achieved something! But in reality, you haven't done anything. You merely watched a video. This is like watching porn and thinking you are in a real relationship. The feeling is there, but the reality is not. Dr. Andrew Huberman explains, dopamine is the chemical of motivation, but we misunderstand it. Dopamine is not the thing that drives you to action. It is released before reaching the goal and gives you the feeling as if you have already succeeded. If you constantly watch motivational videos, your brain constantly receives dopamine, but you are not doing the actual work. In other words, you're fooling yourself. Your brain says, I feel great, I'm successful. but your bank account, your body, and your career are the same. Nothing has changed. How to build discipline. Now I'll tell you the most important part. How will you build discipline? Because discipline is not a talent. It is like a muscle. It gets stronger as you work it. Step 1. Start small, be consistent. There's a very clear formula in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. Small, consistent changes create big results. If you want to start working out, do not try to work out for 2 hours on the first day, because you will quit. Instead, do it for 10 minutes every day. Even if 10 minutes seems very easy, do it. Because right now, you are not building muscle. You are building discipline. You are sending the message, I do this every day, to your brain. A month later, 10 minutes becomes 20 minutes. 3 months later, it becomes 45 minutes. But what matters is the start, and the start must be small. At this point, we also need to address the monk mode nonsense. No, you will not become a perfect person by reading 4 books a day, waking up at 5 a.m., and starting the day in an ice bath. You will just become a psychotic maniac. Your existing health will also be compromised. If someone on YouTube tells you that they got stronger and reached their dreams by doing this, know that there is something wrong. My friend, this is not sustainable. You might do these for maybe 2 days by forcing yourself, but on the morning of the 3rd day, you might find yourself in the hospital. Please don't obsess so much over ridiculous things that push human limits. Remember, we are human. Step 2. Ignore your emotions. Yes, it is harsh but true. Stop listening to your emotions. Because emotions are lies. You don't do it today because you don't feel like it. Tomorrow you won't feel like it either, nor the day after. And in the end, you will have done nothing. Discipline means saying, I don't feel like it, but I'm doing it anyway. David Goggins says, your brain stops you at 40%. You think you are tired, exhausted, but actually you still have 60% left. So if you listen to your emotions, you remain at half of your potential. Step 3. Build a system, don't rely on motivation. Scott Adams says, systems win, not goals. Goal, I will lose 10 kilos. System, I will go for a walk every morning and eat healthy food at noon. The goal gives you direction, but the system gets you to the goal. Motivation determines the goal. Discipline operates the system. If you have a system, you don't need motivation, because when you wake up in the morning, you know what to do. You don't even think. You do it automatically. Since I apply it myself, the best advice I can give you is to divide the next 4 weeks within a form and write down the exact things that need to be done for each day. Leave the hourly planning of tomorrow for this evening. Rest assured, this is much better than planning the next 1 month hour by hour from today. Implementing such a long-term program is not even close to impossible. It is simply impossible. Unfortunately, we do not know what life will bring. On the 3rd day of the program you planned, you might encounter something very bad or different. Step 4. Protect yourself from escape routes. The biggest thing that kills discipline is escape routes. I am tired today, I will do it tomorrow. The weather is bad today, I will start on Monday. No, these sentences are the enemy of discipline. If you want to be disciplined, do not leave yourself an escape route. Jocko Willink says, discipline is freedom. Because the more disciplined you are, the fewer excuses you need. Making excuses is exhausting. Discipline, on the other hand, sets you free. Step 5. Accept failure, but keep going. You might not be able to do it one day. It happens. But not doing it for 1 day does not mean quitting everything. Research shows that skipping 1 day while building a habit does not set you back too much. But if you skip 2 days in a row, the system starts to collapse. So if you couldn't do it 1 day, definitely do it the next day. Discipline is not perfection, it is consistency. Things might not have gone well at all today, my friend, or another plan might have squeezed in. You might have forgotten something too. This is very normal, and unfortunately, it happens even in lives you call the most perfect. The important thing is to save tomorrow. There is no point in being so upset over the day that is gone. If you have watched the video this far, I truly thank you. If you want to support for free, subscribing to the channel is the biggest source of motivation for me to produce this kind of quality content. I am glad you are here, and I love you very much.